What up, what up, what up? Let's see. Check 1, 2. What's up, everyone? Good to see you guys. I'm just pulling things up here. Let me double check on audio. If y'all are here, give me a little love. Let me know that you guys are here, that you guys can hear me, that you can see me. You know how this whole live streaming thing can go. You can talk for a whole hour to yourself because there's some technical difficulty. So let me see what's up. Sweet. I see a few of you guys here. Drop a note in the comments. Let me just know that you're here. Let me know that you guys are seeing me, that you guys are hearing me. I'm going to pull open the chat too here so I can make sure I can see you guys live. What's up? All right. I'm pretty pumped for today. I am going to be writing some ads with you guys, which is always fun. And I'm really pumped to start showing you guys like how I'm playing with this thing and what I've been doing with these strategies. Let me find, where's my chat? Yo, chat, where you at? All right, let's see if it's in here. Switch to studio, that's what I need. There we go. Where's, crap. Did I just, are you guys still here? Can you guys, I'm just trying to import my chat. I don't even know where my chat's at. So give me a second, you guys. I'm having some technical difficulties here. Sweet, that's good. Let me find where we're at. It says live, all right. You guys got to forgive me a little bit. Okay. We're still getting the hang of this whole live streaming thing. It seems like it's good. I'm just trying to make sure I get the chat so I can see what you guys are saying as we're here. Let me see. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, there we go. Sick. Boom. Chat. Got you guys. All right. I'm not seeing my video here. Boom. We're in. We're in like Flynn. Let me double check though. Yo. All right. I'm pulling you guys up on YouTube. I see a couple of you guys on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, just give me a comment. Give me a like. Let me know that you're here, that you guys are hearing me. It seems like it's all right over there. If y'all are on Facebook, same goes. Give me a comment. Okay, sweet. What up, Jeff? I see you now. All right, sweet. Yes, Steven's here. Okay, Derek's here. Sweet. I see you guys commenting here, but for some reason, Kara's here. Okay, heck yeah. What up, Kara? Good to see you. Good to see you, Steven. I see a bunch of you guys here. Okay. For whatever reason, it's weird. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. If you guys want, let's see. I have to let Restream share my name. And then you guys will have to do the same if you want your Facebook comments to pull in here. So I'm just going to put that in. Because, oh, sweet. Right now, I'm seeing some Facebook messages too. All right, baller. You guys are rocking. What up, Patrick? All right. If you guys want, I'm going to try and keep my eye on the Restream chat just because that's where most people are going to be at. So let me just put this in here for you guys. If you're on Facebook and then you allow Restream to see what you're saying, I'll know who it's coming from. Otherwise, it's just going to kind of show up as it's oh, wow, you're in Thailand. That's awesome, Steven. Love it. Love it. We got peeps out in Thailand. Where y'all at? Where's everyone at? I would love to see that. Drop that in the chat. Boom. And if you guys are on Facebook and you're over in the Facebook group, I dropped that link, the chat.restream.io/FB. That will let your guys' name poured in. So if you guys are here and you're chatting with me, then I'll be able to see your names. If you guys are on LinkedIn too, drop a comment in the chat. Let me just double check that it's working over there. And then we'll get rocking right now. So basically what we're going to talk about today is I've been using ChatGPT on my ads, and I've been this month I have over 30% increase in my traffic with no additional ad spend. And it's just because I've been leveraging ChatGPT and it's super efficient. It's helping make my life a lot better. I'm able to innovate on our ad strategy quite a bit and find really cool ideas with a fraction of the amount of effort. So it's been just an incredible tool. I'm super pumped about this, and I'm really excited to start breaking this stuff down with you guys. So what I would love for you guys to do is just while you're here, drop in the chat a little bit about what your guys' experience is with ChatGPT. Sweet, I see we got New Brunswick in the house. What up, New Brunswick, Canada? So drop me a little bit of an idea of like what's your experience with ChatGPT so far? How have you been leveraging it? I would be curious if any of you guys have leveraged it with ads at all at this point. So I'd love to know any of that. And then what I'll do is I'll share my screen and start breaking this stuff down for you guys. Now, last week, people were asking a couple questions that came up. So I'm going to just get these out of the way early so you guys can know. If any of you guys haven't played with ChatGPT, I'm going to just speed through this really fast because I know some of you guys have, some of you guys haven't. So I'm going to just go really, really quick on this one here. But once you're in, so this is openai.com. You have to create an account. You'll want to create an account. They give you some certain amount of free credits. After that, you have to pay. It's insanely cheap. Like the dollar in, dollar out is pretty insane. It's probably one of the best ROI places I could see to put money, period. So don't overthink it like that. There's a couple cool things just to give you guys a quick lay of the land. So temperature, if you guys change your temperature, basically that's going to determine like how crazy far out of bounds it goes. So it's basically giving it an indication. If we turn the temperature all the way up here to like 0.1, it's going to give me like really wild variations. And if we go down to 0, it's just going to keep repeating something. And the closer we are to 0, the closer it's going to be to the main thing that we did. The closer we are to 1, the further it's going to be away from what we did. So usually I'll play with it at a 0.7. I find I get really good results here. And this is the starting point anyway. But occasionally, if I really want to find some quirky ideas, then I'll start to ratchet it up. Sweet. So let's see where everyone's at real fast. Let me see. Boom. Now, another question that I get a lot is like, okay, but I never can get ChatGPT to work. So I just want you guys to make note, this platform.openai.com/playground link that I'm at here. So this is technically, like, it's not ChatGPT, it's using GPT-3, but it's technically not ChatGPT. ChatGPT is something different. But what I found is ChatGPT is down a lot of the time, and I could get what I need here. So I find it's oftentimes better just to come here. Like, let's say, for example, it says looking for ChatGPT. We're going to open it, and how much you want to bet this thing's down right now? Like almost every time I try to get in here, it doesn't let me get in here. So this is going to be pretty standard for you guys if you're trying to get in here and it's not working. So yep, write 10 jokes about the status. I heard the servers are slow because blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're not able to do that, just bypass it altogether, come to the playground. So this is how you're able to get to work and you're able to still leverage the power of this tool without it. So I'm just taking a quick break off the screenshot. You use it the past 2 weeks. All right, let me see the chat. Knocked out 6 nurture campaigns the other day. Hell yeah, Kara, that is epic. No experience so far. Have used other AI software. Interesting, Lauren. I'd love to know which one you're using, if it's Jasper or another one of the other alternatives. Use it for a law practice, dentist office, and digital marketing team for restaurants and commercial work. Sweet. ChatGPT has honestly been one of the best ad rating tools I've ever used. Big use of information, well worded, without any confusion. Use it the past 2 weeks. Sweet. All right. So you guys have a little bit of experience. Now I'm going to help guide you on what I'm doing and how I'm playing with stuff. So what I'm going to do actually, before getting too far into ChatGPT, I want to start to show you guys just kind of how I sometimes will think about these sorts of things. So I'm going to pull open our current ads that we have in the market so you can get a sense for what we've been testing. Boom. All right. So I'm going to share my screen again, and y'all should see this here. Okay, sweet. So this is right now some of the ads that we have in market. This is the most recent set of tests that we launched this week. And so here's sort of the philosophy that I've been applying, and I've been applying this really rigorously. I got to give a huge shout out and give credit where credit's due on this. So Will Perry and Max Finn, they have some really cool ideas. I've taken a lot of what they've taught and I've kind of morphed it into my own style and my own variation that works for me. But I got to give it a lot of credit. Like a lot of the stuff, they helped me snap back the account and get a lot of this stuff under control. And so one of the keys, first of all, that I want to explain is that if you guys are going to be using ChatGPT or OpenAI to help you test on the ads, for the love of all things holy, okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen and get really intense here. For the love of all things holy, do not use dynamic placements, right? So do not allow them to optimize your ads for you. Do not use dynamic placements. Do not use any sort of audience expansion. Just all of that stuff you want to get rid of entirely. So in fact, we were using some dynamic placements and it really messed us up. Even CBO, like you guys really don't want to be leveraging CBO a lot unless you're in scale with super proven stuff. If you're not, you want to be running ad budget optimization. If you guys are talking Facebook, if you're on other platforms, you still want to be running at sort of like that ad set level or the ad group level. So that way you're able to isolate and you're able to control what you're finding is working, not working really, really well. So this whole idea, huge shout out, first of all, to Will Perry and them, but they're big on what they call the scroll frame optimization. So, right, what the scroll frame optimization is basically when someone's scrolling the news feed, this is what they're going to see, is this piece right here. I'm going to highlight it too so you guys can see it a little bit better, right? So when someone is doing their thing and they're on social media and they're just sitting here scrolling and they're scrolling, they're going to pop in and they're going to see this, right? So my goal is that this is my most valuable piece of real estate, just period, point blank. If I can get what I need in this piece of real estate alone, then the odds are that they'll end up buying. So when we used to run Scale Your Sales, like when I first started, I was completely mind blown because people would get on the call and they would buy, you know, they'd full pay. At that point, it was like a $9,000 product. So now obviously we've raised the price quite a bit, but at that point it was a $9,000 product. And people would buy, they'd full pay, and they would do it without ever having watched the VSL, right? They barely watched the VSL. Our application was also really minimal. Like we didn't have an extensive, like give me your social security and the name of your firstborn child and your childhood pet type of an application. We just had like 3-4 yes no questions and then they would come in and they would talk with us. But people would still buy super consistently and it was purely the strength of the ad. And I could tell what would happen, especially for this pocket of buyers that buys right off the ad. They would literally see the ad, go, this is what I want. They would go through the funnel as the headline of the funnel was congruent with the ad, and they would just go all the way to the end, book a call and buy. And they had no idea. They never watched the VSL. In fact, the vast majority of our customers never watched our VSL. So that was kind of weird to me, but I realized at that moment, that's the power of your ad. When you get your ad, I remember a couple buddies talk about this. One's Joel. So Joel Irway will oftentimes say, like, when they see your offer, they want them to say, like, I want that. And I feel the same thing with the ad, right? So I'm trying to send an immediate signal of hot cognition from the moment they see it. And it creates almost like a halo effect. So just like when we see an attractive person, we believe that they are better than they actually are. You know, we'll give them a lot more grace. We'll give them a lot more leniency. We'll tolerate a lot more bad behavior from good-looking people because of the halo effect. We tend to believe that good-looking people are better at everything, and that's what's called the halo effect. So basically what's happening at that moment is if we can trigger desire in the brain instantaneously, that desire then allows them to sort of sugarcoat everything else, or they're going to see the rest of the process with rose-colored lenses. So this first impression, you know, like they say, first impressions matter. Well, in the case of your advertising especially, they need to immediately and instantly understand that what you're offering and that what you're offering is what they want, right? So this then ties back into the idea that Will has, which is based on scroll frame optimization. So scroll frame optimization is that this piece of real estate, when you're scrolling the feed, is your most valuable. And within that first, like literally they've already made their decision with less than half a second. They know instantaneously when they see your ad whether they want it or not. So, and how many of you guys, I would be curious to just hear in the chat, like how many of you guys have ever seen an ad and immediately just been like, I want that thing? Like you don't even read the sales letter, you don't even barely go through that stuff. You just saw the ad and you're like, fuck, I gotta buy that. Because I know I've done that plenty of times. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of you guys have done that. And I've even done that on some high ticket offers where I just come straight through the system. So, I know that buyer journey to be true just based off of my experience. Now, it's not everyone's buyer journey, but there's a good chunk of your market that will do that. And ultimately, even the ones that are lurking, they want to see this ad, and it's the ad that really keeps hitting. And so, one of the things that I've also been thinking a lot about lately is how human beings, we just love the same story again and again and again and again. For example, I personally am obsessed with those like rags to riches drug dealer TV shows and movies. It's just my thing. Like I love all of them, whether it's Narcos, whether it's Sons of Anarchy, whether it's Breaking Bad, whether it's it doesn't matter where it is. It could be Power, it could be, BMF, it could be any of these shows, but just like a rags to riches drug dealer, the movie Blow with Johnny Depp, like I just love that story, right? And so if you break it down fundamentally, they're almost all the exact same story told again and again and again and again, and I still have a great time watching them. And so that's what will happen with your market is they'll watch the same story again and again and again and again, and every time they have a great time watching it. So sometimes we think we have to be way more creative than we actually do. Your market doesn't need you to be that creative. You will be able to take the core idea of what gets them to respond, and then we're going to iterate on that. And that's exactly what we're using ChatGPT or OpenAI to do. So here's, for example, let's say, for example, let's look at the key components here of the scroll frame, right? So we have, this is called our hook. So this is my hook. This is my creative, right? Or my image or my video, my creative. Here I got my text overlay. And then down here I have my headline / description, right? And then I got the learn more button. But ultimately that's kind of what we got. This is our scroll frame right here. And what I want you guys to keep an eye out on is how can we effectively just keep iterating on these ideas in a really small way. And so a lot of what we're doing, and this is a mistake that I made personally a lot, is I kept, when an ad would stop working, I would throw out the ad completely, and then I'd go write a brand new ad. And then a lot of times it's kind of a little bit of a different angle, so then I gotta like kind of adjust my VSL, and I gotta adjust my funnel, and I may have to adjust my offer to make it more congruent. And I found myself that when ads would stop working, I was getting too creative, and it was costing me a lot of money, and it was becoming a big problem. I'd be curious as well, like how many of you guys have ever done something like that where an ad stopped working and you said, okay, let's go back to the drawing board, and you wrote a whole new ad beginning to end. Because that was what I was doing, and it was taking me a lot of time, and it was costing me a lot of money, and especially in the testing of the ads, it was costing a lot of money. But also, it was just making it so we couldn't iterate as fast, and we were a lot slower when it came to adapting our advertising. So with that, what we've gone ahead and done is started to really change it and lock in. So we're constantly, and there's a little bit more method to the madness, which, like, if you guys really want to figure out how to take this ad strategy and run with it, I would say you got to jump into High Ticket Success, which is one of our programs more geared towards like six-figure, multi-six-figure coaches, agencies, and whatnot. And that's where I'd work hand in hand with you if you guys want to do that. But there's a little bit kind of beneath this in terms of how we set up the testing, and there's a few little ideas that we're doing there that are really smart. But once we get the test, our goal is to basically get the data as fast and as cheap as possible. And we're iterating on really small ideas. So let's say, for example, when we took this ad, when we first started, it just said, picture this. You look at your email and see a notification. And then if I'm gonna expand this actually so you guys can see, 2 high ticket sales were just closed. Boom, you double check Stripe. Yup. So the original ad was actually just picture this and then these 3 lines, and then it rolled into the rest of it. So what we started testing, and we tested this around Christmas, was we started testing more of a seasonal hook. So picture this, it's Valentine's Day. Picture this, it's Christmas Eve. Picture this, it's New Year's Day. So we started testing this as an idea. And then basically I just had ChatGPT. I said, So boom. Now I put this in here and we'll watch. It will spit out pretty much all of these. And then I just took them and ran with them. And it's cool. It gives me a few different variations of each. Right? And I can have it continue to write. And this is the beauty of it. So now I take all these tiny variations and I can start to weave them into my ads here, right? So picture this. You're ringing in the new year, right? You're ringing in the new year. So now I got this new idea. This is a way I wouldn't have said it. I just said it's New Year's Eve, but you're ringing in the new year, right? It's time to celebrate, or you're celebrating the new year. So now I'm finding all these little slight variations that I can say right here that will change this and potentially give me better performance. So what we found though was just this tiny little variation started to massively increase our ad performance. So that was one little iteration. So then another one that we tested recently was, so let's say the life of a high ticket entrepreneur that doesn't take any sales calls. So I'll have to probably type it out. Let's reset this. Boom. Write 15 headlines similar to the life of a high ticket entrepreneur who doesn't take sales calls. Boom. Submit. Let's see what comes out. All right. So this will probably spit it out in a second. Oh, there it comes. Interesting. See, some of these aren't so good, right? Like, what to expect from a high-ticket entrepreneurial lifestyle that doesn't include sales calls? That's kind of whack. That's like way too clunky and whatnot. Oh, that's actually a banger headline right here. How to enjoy financial freedom as a high-ticket entrepreneur without taking sales calls. And I might take this idea though and vary it, right? So these high-ticket entrepreneurs are enjoying financial freedom without taking sales calls. Oh, that's savage. That's so good. In fact, I'm literally going to write that down because I probably will test that. These high-ticket entrepreneurs are enjoying financial freedom without taking sales calls. Definitely going to keep that one because that's a good one. Boom. The advantages of being interesting. I kind of don't like the word advantages, but maybe opportunity could be interesting. Without, I thought it said without talking. That would be funny. Imagine how to achieve financial freedom as a high-ticket entrepreneur without talking, and you're just silent the whole time. You're just like the highest-paid mime actor in the world. All right, so sweet. That's good. I'm definitely going to take this. Let me see. Let's open a text edit file so I can capture it. Sweet. That was a banger headline. See, so now I just got a headline right here that I could pretty much plug in to this point. But what I can also do is I can take the headline that I got and say this. Oh, let me actually go undo that. And then I'm going to do this. See, all I'm looking for are variations on the idea that I wouldn't have thought of myself, but ultimately it's not creating everything for me. I'm a little bit more of a curator and I kind of have the final say on what I think the audience or market will want. But, discover how these, that's pretty good. Get insights, achieve, uncover, unlock. So this is kind of interesting, like unlock the keys to high ticket sales without taking sales calls. So obviously it doesn't say that, but I could change it. So unlock the keys to high ticket sales calls or unlock the keys to regular high ticket sales or unlock the keys to consistent high ticket sales without taking sales calls. Ooh, that's a good one. right? So that's all I'm doing though, is I'm finding these ideas, and then I would start to test these ideas here. And so what I can also do is I can start to repurpose these things. And just by creating these tiny variations, this is how my stuff's way more efficient lately. It's because I'm not radically throwing out the entire ad and then rewriting it from scratch. I'm just taking these tiny variations and then adjusting them. So like our most recent one was adding in our call out hooks, or these little above the fold hooks, to kind of expand on this because it was messing up a little bit. And so you'll see that we're basically just taking this, and then I keep feeding it these ideas, and I'll say here, boom. Sometimes too, I'm going to show you guys something that I like to do a lot. This is actually a really cool one. So I'd say write 10 hooks. That's not what I want. Let me take. Similar to Dear Six-Figure Coach taking sales calls. And then what I'm going to do is I'm looking for a tone that I want to give it. So like a concerned parent tone. See how it goes. Oh, nope. That is not what I want. You did not understand me. Let's try this. Oh my God! That is so good! Oh my God! I'm gonna fire myself at this point, dude. I don't even deserve a job. That was so good. Sweet. I'm gonna pause real quick and pop back into the chat with you guys just to see where we're at. But oh my God, that was good. Sweet. Will there be a recording? Michelle asked if there's a recording. Yes, there's going to be a recording. It should be here in the group and on YouTube. You guys can find. I'd recommend you guys, if you want to watch the replays on this stuff, go to YouTube. That's usually the best place if you just go to YouTube and you go to live. But yeah, wow, that was awesome. All right, let's see. Let me see what you guys got in the chat. Didn't love Jasper. Been using Smart Copy from Unbound. Interesting. I haven't tried that one, so I'd love to hear how you like Smart Copy so far. And then I'd also be curious to know a little bit about like what did you not like about Jasper. From my understanding, Jasper's got some pretty cool features. I, to be honest, haven't even played with Jasper really at all. I've just been really focused on ChatGPT. And then, do you generate better ROI from Facebook ads or YouTube ads? Just curious. So I've always just been able to make Facebook ads perform better myself. I think Facebook has a better algorithm than YouTube ads. YouTube has really high quality traffic for sure. In fact, like I'm super bullish on YouTube. I do use YouTube ads. But I like Facebook ads more, and I think it's just more a personal experience thing. I feel like I have a lot more control on my Facebook ads sometimes than YouTube ads, especially with where the direction things are going with advertisers. So I have Tom Breeze. So Tom Breeze is one of the leading YouTube ads guys as well. And so Tom and I were talking last week or 2 weeks ago, and he'll be on the podcast, and he'll be doing a whole episode on this stuff for you guys on the Scale Your Sales podcast here soon. But we were talking, and it just seems like basically YouTube's trying to make a push where it wants advertising more like TV. So it wants brand ads, and they're trying to get away from direct response-y ads. And so it's like Tom's prediction is that direct response ads won't be working on YouTube for very long. They're taking a lot of targeting options away. They're taking a lot of different things away. And so that's where the challenge is with that. And there's a little bit of like, hey, is it going to work out as well? And so I've also had some pretty, like, YouTube is a great traffic channel. I had personal bad experiences on YouTube. Google probably scammed me harder than anybody I've ever seen in my life. They basically, and I have some friends who too, like, they're running about $1 million a year on YouTube ads, and like the games that they'll play, dude, will blow your mind. But I mean, it's any platform, they're all the same. Like, they all will expand your audience targeting, and you got to just be super vigilant. Like, they'll they'll definitely take from you if they can. So you just got to be vigilant with them. Ultimately, though, no matter what, YouTube ads work really, really well. I got a lot of guys that are smashing it with their accounts on YouTube ads, especially when you get the right one. And so another one too, just YouTube ads, Facebook ads. The question here. So what I've tended to find is that YouTube ads are a lot better for mass market offers. And then for more, like, if I'm going a little bit more to a B2B audience, I tend to see a lot more scale on Facebook, or just more room on Facebook. And with YouTube ads, they're the best when you have like a B2C offer. You'll notice like a lot of the campaigns that really, really work well on YouTube are B2C offers, which is kind of natural. So, but yeah, wow, that I'm like, dude, I am gonna fire myself at this point. That was a banging prop. Let me just say, I gotta save this one because. Right. And so I'm going to get back into the actual prompt engineering and explaining it a little bit of what I was doing. But so with this, like, as a concerned friend is what made this thing amazing. If I write 10 hooks similar to Dear Six Figure Coach Taking Sales Calls, which let's try it, right? So let's say, let's delete that and let's submit this and see what comes out. We're going to see it's probably a lot worse than what I did as a concerned friend. Like, I can look at these. None of these would work on ads. Like, I've 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 ran a decent amount of this. Like, this could maybe do okay. And then like maximize and make the most out of. Nah, that's not gonna work. This might okay, maybe, but like, yeah, these are pretty trash headlines. And so the simple tweak of as a concerned friend completely changes the output and the quality of the output. So let's see if we can come up with another way of write 10 hooks similar to doing this as a burnt out and overwhelmed friend. Let's see how this comes out. Oh, oops. There we go. See what comes up? Is this one gonna fire me too? Uh okay, it didn't quite get what I wanted it to do. Let's see, let's see this. All right. Let's see what we get. I feel like it's like drawing a lottery ticket every time. You just like, or like you're like playing the scratch off. They're pretty good, actually. Watch this now. Okay, so this one's pretty good. I'm actually gonna probably copy These little bad boys. Oh, let me put them in text edit. That way I don't have to save this one. And then all right, let's see. Watch this. I think I got a good feeling. Okay, we're getting closer. We're not there yet. I don't think that these are going to be winners yet, but I'm a hoarder. Clearly, I hoard these little copy chunks. So that's why you see me putting them in the text edit file, which I'll probably never look at again. But I'm just hoarding them. No, sometimes I'll go back and when I need inspiration, I just cruise through these types of files. Okay, so let's say. Watch this. Once they. As a friend who overcame. Let's see. These are fucking good, dude. I'm gonna fire myself again. Oh god, these are good. These are winners right here. Oh my god, yeah. I'm such a dork. I get so weirdly excited about copy. All right, let me save this one. Save as new. There we go. Oh, these are good. Leaving sales calls behind to regain control of your life. Damn, I don't even know how I never thought of that. Like, oh, you're so much smarter than me. You're so much smarter than me, AI. Uh, that was good. All right, so that's just a couple. Now you watch how I took these prompts, right? Um, oh, interesting. Let's try that. One, I like your idea. Let's try this one. Yeah. Okay. So Juan has something that he said here in the chat. I just want to kind of bring this up for everyone. So Juan said, "I think YouTube's taking away targeting because of their investment in AI. They want to automate targeting." Okay. So no fucking way, dude. That is not what's happening. Um, what's up, Larry? It seems like you potentially lost something. I don't know. Everyone seems to be here. But there's no way. Yeah, like the they're not doing it because they're it's going to be taking away from their investment in AI. What's happening is that the all of these companies, so you gotta look at it like this, right? So YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, they all have different tiers of traffic. They have T1 traffic, T2 traffic, T3 traffic, which is kind of described based on the like first world, second world, third world, right? That's T1, T2, T3. So they have so much traffic that they can't sell. All of these platforms have traffic that they can't sell. So if you've ever run ads and you've ever done like automatic placements, or you've ever looked at your Google placements, you'll see there's all these like shitty phone apps that people will download, kind of like Candy Crush, but even like imagine like cheap busted like dollar store versions of Candy Crush, that these people are playing these shitty games in God knows where, and they're serving ad impressions to these people. So ultimately, what they're trying to do is just like a drug dealer, where a drug dealer, they give you the good stuff when they get into town, and then they start to mix in the cut. They're mixing in the cut is what they're doing. And so there's all this shit traffic that they have no possibility of selling, because any advertiser that's smart and wants to select their targeting options is not going to target a bunch of people in some countries. Like, I'm not targeting Indonesia. I'm not targeting countries as well, like, for example, the Philippines, or I'm not targeting for example, Nigeria. Like, it's just if you do, it can ruin your entire ad account and you won't be able to get back into performance, especially because obviously the United States has the highest GDP out of any country. That's the reason why we want to target the United States. We want to target countries that have naturally high GDPs because naturally high GDPs mean high salaries, high income potential, high opportunity to sell more, right? So these ad platforms, they want to mix in the cut. That's why they're doing it, is because they know that left to your own devices, if you're given the choice, you're going to basically say screw that traffic, and they have no way to get rid of it. So they're moving to these AI platforms or approaches so that they can mix in more of the trash traffic. So you'll see the same thing happens on Facebook with their audience network. With audience network, the placements are insane. The traffic's just complete total garbage a lot of the time. And so it's that same sort of thing. Like they have these placements that are super cheap. They oftentimes can't get rid of them. They'll sell them for pennies. And really what they're trying to do is be able to edge more margin out of that. Because if they could charge more for that trash traffic, that's a huge profit gain for them. And so they're at the end of the day, if you really understand the ad platforms, they don't give a fuck about the advertisers hardly at all. They kind of do, but they care a lot more about the actual end users and creating the best possible experience for end users, which end users sometimes get frustrated when people come with like heavy-handed offers and direct sales stuff. People are always going to yell at their TV when the ads come on. That's just how it goes. But you'll see a lot of the times that these platforms are biased towards the actual end user. They're not biased towards the advertiser. And in fact, when given the opportunity, they will take advantage of the actual advertisers themselves. So that's my little soapbox rant there. Word. So I just wrote a bunch of banging headlines. I broke down a lot of what we were doing with this stuff. I would love to hear if you guys have any questions. I'm going to actually probably write these headlines in the voice of Johnny Depp's character George from the movie Blow, because I want to see what happens when we do that. So let's do this. I'm going to pop back into my little playground as boom. All right, let's see what comes out. It could be interesting. High flying. Six-figure mogul. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of good ideas here, like calling people a six-figure mogul or six-figure boss, six-figure master, six-figure tycoon, six-figure. It's kind of interesting. Um, um, let's try this from American Gangster. It's kind of not getting it. It's the taking. Let's try this. I like it says how to make millions in the six. That's kind of not making millions if you're making six figures. So like from rags to riches, the Frank Lucas story. That's kind of hot actually. It's okay. It didn't come out as funny as I thought it would. Huh. Oh, let's try this one. All right, let's see if we can get Ric Flair. This is gonna be good. Oh yeah, here we go. That's pretty fire. Ric Flair, woo! Ric Flair drip go woo on up. All right, I'm gonna see what happens if we do. I mean, the votes. That's gonna be awesome. Steve Austin says so, dude. That's epic. That's the bottom line. I forgot about that's the bottom line. Uh, this one's pretty hilarious. No need for sales calls. This one's pretty great too. I'm actually gonna save this one as well. Let's put The Rock. I bet to do The Rock. Oh, actually, let's see what Kevin Hart would say. Oh, that's gonna be good. Um, as I'm a huge Kevin Hart fan. In case you guys didn't know, I think he's freaking hilarious. Um, it actually sounds like him. Like I could hear him saying this, but these aren't that good. Let's put the voice of DJ Khaled. How about that? I could literally hear the voice of Kevin Hart. It's kind of freaking me out. Like, oh my, it's weird. That is so weird. Let's see, DJ. Oh, actually, all right, we're gonna do DJ Khaled, and then if this, I'm gonna try Rick Ross. I bet you there. I bet you can get something good out of Rick Ross. And I still got The Rock. They don't want you to stop taking sales calls. Is actually pretty hot. Okay, let's see. Um, in the voice of bro, this would be a fire ad. Oh my god, I'm the king of sales coaching, and I'm done taking sales calls. Oh, that's hot. This is, dude, what? Rick Ross for the win. This is why you're the biggest boss, Rick Ross. This is why you're the biggest boss. Shout out to Rose. All right, Rose, you're my guy. I'm gonna focus on the big stuff, helping my clients make six figures. Boss. My time is worth more than cold calls. Boss. Yo, I'm done with the small talk. It's time to level up and start taking my coaching to the next level. But like, I'm done with small talk. It's time to stop taking sales calls and level my coaching up or something. Like, damn, Rick Ross, you're the guy here. All right. So that is how it's done, boys and girls. Yeah, Rick Ross for the win, dude. So sweet. What do you enjoy about the idea of Ric Flair? Yeah, that's true. Actually, Rick, it does speak to the identity. I got my mind on my gun. uh, that's great, dude. Yes. So that was a lot of fun. I'm super impressed at what came out. I'm actually, don't be surprised if you guys see some of that stuff now in ads as we're starting to test more hooks and more ideas. I'm probably going to run some of those. There were some really, really sweet ideas in the mix. And this is the power of it, right? Like it just keeps coming up with ideas. And the thing is, it's going to think about things that you won't think about. And I love this dance of this co-creation with it. Like, is it the AI that's doing it, or is it me? Or is it you that's doing it, or is it the AI? Who knows, really, right? Like it's our collaboration with this thing that is what makes it so fascinating. And our job is to shift from the creation, like pocket into the curation pocket, because the reality is this thing can consume more information faster and better and retain it more accurately than we can. And because it can do that, it's more creative in terms of the general ideas. If we give it relative ideas, it's going to explore and find stuff we would have never thought of. And then we take those good ideas and we weave them into what we're doing. And ultimately, this is how we can continue to take our ads to the next level, is by just taking these small variations, being really methodical with our testing, making sure that we're getting the insights as well. You're not leveraging things like dynamic placements and all that stuff that's going to mess up your data, but you're being really controlled with your testing and your data. You're getting that insight back fast and a lot faster than other folks are. And then you keep doubling down and working through that. And that's just how, like with that exact approach, our traffic has increased 30% over the last 30 days. And that has been with no additional ad spend, right? We're just spending basically the same amount we've been spending this whole entire time, but we're really starting to dial in our click-through rates. We're getting a lot more performance out of the ads, and it comes back down to this idea, right? We're taking what's there, we're giving it, feeding it into the AI, we're getting new ideas, we get those new ideas, and we keep iterating on these ideas until it kind of shakes out into something that we find that's usable, something that's distinct, something that's interesting. And your goal is to be interesting, right? Like if you're not interesting, if you don't stand out, then a lot of times people won't even see your hook or your headline. So your goal is to be interesting, your goal is to stand out. And that's why, like, I find it so fun, because it's almost like when you're talking with kids. With Mia, my 2.5-year-old, she's so funny. And the reason she's so funny is because, like, what's funny is what's surprising. And kids say things that you would have never thought of in that situation. So when they say it, it's hilarious because it's like, it's so surprising that they would have come to that thought or that conclusion. Well, that's what I have with the AI too, like in the interacting in the co-creation with the AI. Like some of the ideas are so funny to me. Like when we put the Ric Flair on, that was just like gold, dude. And when we put Rick Ross, there's something about the name Rick. I'm just gonna put like, let's try Rick and Morty. Actually, I'm gonna try that one later and see what comes up. But speaking of Rick and Morty, I don't want to go there. But you just find these ideas and you double down on these ideas. You find what's funny, you find what's interesting, you keep playing with it, you keep iterating it. And I want you guys to do this not just with your ads, but with the other parts of your business as well. Ads are just one component, and I wanted to show you guys how we've been doing it on our ads front. So if any of you guys too are in the position where you're business owners, you're looking to scale, you want to get more support on the ads front, feel free to reach out to us. You can just go to our homepage, coachingsales.com, and up in the corner, there's the ability to submit an application. So you can go ahead and do that. If you guys have any questions, I'll hang around. I have till about the top of the hour. If there are any questions, or if you want to jam on any ideas. If there's no questions, then I'm probably going to dip out. AI Billy Mays. Bro, I am AI Billy Mays, Chris. Come on, dog. Like, come on. People want to hear Drip, PT Barnum, an entertainer. That's interesting. Ads have yeah, that's true. The ads do have to compete creatively. In fact, like, the best ads are creative because they get a viral component to them. And when your ads get a viral component to them, you're going to see a lot better performance on your ads overall. So that's a huge, huge part of the process. What else you guys got? Any other questions? Any other ideas? Anything else you want to play with? Another quick announcement I wanted to make. We're actually pinning down some dates. So we're going to do spring break for sales pros. That's going to be here in Fort Lauderdale. So if you guys are interested, if you're a sales pro, you're a remote sales pro, you're looking to take it to the next level, you kind of want to get in the room, you want to be able to network with other sales pros, and you want to be able to work with us intensely over a course of 3 days. It's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be in March. So I think, let me just double check the dates on that. So we're doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday in March. And I think it's like the 9th to the 11th, but don't quote me on that. Let me just double check so I say accurately. Yes, March. So it's sorry, the 10th to the 12th. So the 10th, 11th, and 12th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 10th to the 12th, we'll be doing Spring Break for Sales Pros. So if you guys want to come up, tickets for that are $500 for general admission and $1,000 for VIP. Really stoked for that event. It's going to be a blast. We'll be down here in Fort Lauderdale. We'll also have the Tiki boat on Sunday, going out on the Tiki boat if you guys are in VIP. So highly recommend you guys jump on that. If you guys want more info on the Spring Break for Sales Pros, ping me. Happy to help you out with that. And then if you guys have any other questions here, while we got the remainder of the 5 minutes or so, feel free to drop them. How far is AI video for this already? Any attempts by you guys? So AI video actually is already working pretty well. There's a company that has like, they have like fake people that will read whole scripts, and it's like, I haven't tested that, but I'm sure it will work. I'm actually curious to start testing some of that stuff. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I've been kind of more focused on this stuff with the ads and whatnot, but there are actual like companies that you can give it a script and then a video, like it looks like a real person. It will read the whole script, but it's really AI. So it's pretty nutso. Exactly. Spring break in Lottie Dottie's where the party's at. So we'll have a good time on that too. So yeah, AI video is pretty much already there. AI voice is pretty much already there too. I have one of my buddies, he made a Drake rap a verse about his email marketing software. That's Travis Ketchum over at Campaign Refinery. You could probably find his post if you search him up. But yeah, he had Drake rapping about his software, and it was just AI voice doing it. You could tell it's garbly, like it didn't sound perfect. It sounded a little bit janky. So like I would have been able to tell it wasn't obviously Drake. But I think with those video ones with the people reading the script, like you can't tell. I think it's pretty nutso. I've heard some voice AI that's really pretty good. Like I could still kind of tell, but it was pretty close. Like it could have almost fooled me, and it would have 1,000% fooled like my parents or like a lot of other people. They would have definitely thought it was a real person that they were speaking with. So it's getting there, and it's moving there fast. One other thing too, you guys can be leveraging is inside of OpenAI, you guys can be leveraging DALL-E for add images for the creative. That's something, if you guys want me to cover that, drop it in the comments below, and then we can potentially add that to the list of things to run through with this. With this, we didn't have enough time because of prompt engineering and how it works. I wanted to really like go deep into that stuff. But if you guys ever want to do how to create ad images or certain ad creatives outside of the actual copy elements, happy to run through that stuff with you guys as well. And there's a few different ways we can do that. So I've been playing with it, and I've actually been testing some of those ideas, and they're pretty fun. Sweet, y'all. So that's pretty much it. I hope y'all had a good time. I hope this was fun. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys put it to work, go make some money, change some lives, and have a good time while you do it, baby. All right. Peace, y'all.